So I want to talk as well about, just to ask some questions about end-use monitoring to you, sir. And so as we're looking at some of the weapons systems, what to you are the most high-priority weapons systems, both coming from the United States and from NATO, EU at large, for us to be paying attention to in terms of end-use monitoring?
Well,
we're paying attention to everything, but
yeah, right.
we prioritize.
I was trying to figure out how to say that tactfully, Congressman. Yeah, no. So it's important that the government pay attention to everything, and that the distinction between the EUM, the end-use monitoring, and the EEUM is the EEUM tends to involve systems that have more sensitive technologies, such that the government is seen fit to require enhanced monitoring in terms of security plans, in terms of trying to get serial number verification or use alternative means to try to get the information necessary to do that, as opposed to the EUM, which still is monitored, but monitored under a sort of a more general approach. So the type of systems that are under EEUM, and there's a list of them that include these sort of things, include things like the Javelin missiles, the ARAMs, the advanced medium range air-to-air missiles, the night vision devices, some of those are still on there, Stinger missiles, grip stocks, things like that are some of the ones that are subject to EEUM, the more enhanced monitoring.
Now, when you look at that enhanced monitoring, how does that blur into tactical fielding of these weapons? And would end-use monitoring include whether Ukrainians chose to use a weapon system offensively in a Russian space instead of in sovereign Ukrainian territory? Is that your purview?
So our purview is to do oversight over the DoD's monitoring of the equipment, and the purpose of the monitoring is to ensure the accountability of the weapons, and so to determine where they're located and where they're being used.
And to ensure not misuse.
Essentially.
And so the nature of my question is, under your purview, is it misuse for them to use a weapon offensively against Russia in within Russia's borders?
So I appreciate the under your purview, because that's not really within our purview. The use of the equipment is subject to agreements between the United States and donor countries all over the world, including Ukraine. My understanding is whenever our country provides weaponry to foreign countries, there are agreements as to how the weaponry is supposed to be used. And the purpose of the end-use monitoring is to ensure that the foreign country is following through.
Oh, perfect. I appreciate the information on that. That was the nature of my questions. You've exhausted them. And in that, Mr. Chairman, I yield the remainder of my time.